Welcome along to round 2 of the Slipstream League Racing Tier 1 Championship here on F1 25. It's season 19 and we've had 18 enthralling seasons. What will this season bring us as we move to Monza from the Gold Coast of Australia in Melbourne, which is definitely not the Gold Coast. The GeoGuessr guys will be on to me. I didn't know what else to say. And we're into Italy, the Temple of Speed. 3 sectors, funnily enough, and it is the track with the highest percentage of full throttle in the entire F1 calendar. 27 laps this evening, dynamic weather, we might get some spicy rain, and Slipstream and DRS will be key. Stay in the train. As usual, the softs, the mediums and the hard tyres, and potentially the intermediates if we get some rain. Alongside me this evening is Ocean Chief. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing very good. Very good.
Oh, we do have rain in quali already. Look at that.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Some people are saying the stream's buffering, but it looks okay right now. But we should keep an eye on that. But yeah, what quali session? We don't know about the race yet. Maybe someone in chat will give us some insider information. What the hell? Lags like. Yeah. It seems okay at the minute on my phone anyway, but yeah, last week we had Noah winning with an impressive strategy. There was a safety car last week. Some mayhem throughout the field as you would expect in round 1 of any new season. But look at it today. We've got a full lineup of drivers. Tisto joins us on track for this one as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's another Finn, one of many. 7, I think you counted when we were loading in there.
Yeah, 6, because I did count Yonti and Yanab, who are for some reason running the Finnish flag. Great sense of humour.
Drivers heading out on track, so we do have Billy Thompson out there. We do have Mr. Pizza, who of course did not make it to the end of the race last week. There were some reports in regarding his actions, and I believe he picked up a few penalty points. And yeah, he ended up retiring on track by driving into the wall.
Sounds fun. Let us know if the audio levels are all okay. Well, I haven't streamed since last season, which was a very long time. Maybe not. Mr. Pizza out on track in the green Sauber, which does look pretty good in the rain. On the intermediate tyres. Christian, the only one out on the wet. It's probably just a installation lap to get used to the track conditions before he comes in for the inters. But yeah, what do you think of this track then, Chief? It's some people say it's one of the easiest ones to drive. I think it's probably quite difficult, especially in the rain, getting your braking point spot on into turn 1 chicane and Ascari. Do you like driving this one?
It's an easy track to drive, but it's hard to go fast, is how I define this track. Especially in these conditions. There's not that many corners, probably some of the least amount of corners in the track all season, but yeah, it's all about those fine margins, and I tell you what, DRS trains will be a big feature in this race, I believe.
Yeah, they usually are. Of course, no DRS enabled for this quali yet because it is raining, people on wet weather tyres. But let's watch Mr. Pizza here. He negotiated the first chicane nicely. In the second chicane, you've got to take a little bit more curve than you think on the second apex to give yourself a good and stable exit into the Lesmos, the 2 iconic corners here in Monza. And this one's important to get a good run onto the back straight, which it looks like he did.
Yeah, he's got a good sector 1 time there, 28.1, whereas Bailey Thompson had 28.4. So we'll see the sector 2 time. Bailey Thompson's sector 2 time 30.8. So Mr. Pizza looks like he's heading on to a good lap here. Could be pole, but Bailey going across the line first. 29.7 sets the marker in these slightly wet conditions. I mean, it does look like it's kind of in between dry and wet conditions at the minute.
Yeah, it's not. It is still raining, so it won't dry out until that's happened. 2 seconds quicker, Mr. Pizza. So Bailey clearly trying to just get his eye in at the moment. Who else is on a lap? Justin is back, and he's back at the top straight away. 27.4. Justin, a reserve for today's race, and is swiftly to the top of the leaderboard. Tunari goes a lot quicker with 26.6, and Speedy slots into P3.
Yep, good to see Speedy up there at the top, but we will see this. The track is drying out, so every lap it will get quicker. And yeah, some of these guys might go for a cool down lap, might then go on for another hot lap, but they also might just get into the pits and get a new set of enters on.
Yeah, he's the
But yeah, Speedy P4 currently. Percy Gelly P2. He didn't have a good start last week, Joel. He was up at the front end of the grid, but by the end of the first lap, he was towards the end, or towards the back of the grid. He ended up finishing, I believe, P4, maybe P3, if I remember exactly. But yeah, there were some great drives last week. You'll notice on the standings there, McKender and Icewind, both in the Red Bull, the V-Carb Red Bull, they have retired, and they did that last week. McKender was able to get up to P2 from the last position, almost taking P1. Icewind, however, did not make it to the flag, so they are opting for the early retirement in quali, and then just see what happens in the race strategy.
Interesting. You do turn 1 monster can be pretty difficult at times. There's not much space going into the apex. People get pinched onto the grass or the gravel, so it can be one of the more chaotic turn ones. Noah yet to set a lap time, a bit out of sync with everyone else. Perhaps he invalidated his first attempt, but he's coming around Parabolica now, the final corner. We'll see where he places his silver arrow, keeping it nice and tidy on the throttle on the exit. And he goes up to P3, so the two Mercedes up at the sharp end there.
Nicely done, yeah. I'm noticing there's a lot of drivers staying out on track, so it is quite busy out there. Billy Thompson had to make his way through a bunch of cars there. Leading into Ascari, he is coming out of Parabolica, so we will get another lap time from him. He's currently P17, and he goes P1 with that lap 1:26.565. Great lap from him.
Absolutely, so just about halfway through the session here. You think it is getting quicker, because it's the rain has... I think it's lightened up a little bit from the start of the session, so it might be a case of who can start their final flying lap the latest will have the best of the track conditions. And the likes of Christian, who has only done a lap on the wet tyres, as Justin improves again and tops Bailey's time by just over 1/10 of a second. He goes into the 0.4s. And Tunari responds straight away.
Oh, you'll like that time? 26.069.
Interesting.
I'm not even sure what the times to expect in dry conditions here. Like it usually breaks the 20-second mark. So there is a lot of time to be gained here. It's obviously still pretty slippy out there. I can see some rain hitting the track, but it's not much. As yeah, I think a lot of drivers want to come in. I mean, ideally you want to time it so you've got your last run is the last run of any car, so you can, you know, use all the grip, because there will be more grip at the very end of this session than at any point beforehand.
Yeah, might get a similar scenario we had a couple of years back in Real F1 where everyone was trying to get Slipstream and no one crossed the line in time. When was that? Was that 22? Something like that. Tateso,
my guy, yeah.
Tasto, is not on a lap, so I don't know why I said that. I'm really tired.
Noah is on a lap. I believe he's up on his time sector 1. We will get a sector 2 time soon. Is he backing out? No, I think he's staying on it. Yeah, he's engaging ARS. Might have got a bit of slipstream there, but not much from that. I think it was a Williams car, and he sends it for Ascari. Ascari being, oh, and he invalidates there on the exit. Yeah, I was saying it's a very hard sequence corners to get the line right, and he obviously was pushing it too hard there.
I think we're going to watch Christian on board for this lap because it's his first run on the intermediate tyres. You'd think he would be up there at the sharp end, so let's see how much he can improve by. Coming in to the second chicane, he's already up 6/10, which just shows you how slow the wet tyres are. Difficult in dry conditions to keep the traction at the right level through these corners, so in the wet it's even more tricky. And opening up his ERS deployment, using a bit of overtake into Ascari. You've really got to chuck it in. 2 seconds he's up. He just about manages to stay within track limits, and his lap is still legal. And under the advertisement bridge as he comes and into Parabolica, which I find is probably the most difficult corner on this track. Trying to pick your apex point and modulate your throttle on the exit so you don't run wide and you get the best traction. And he's going to come across the line now. This might be pretty good. It's very good. He goes pole by 7/10. He'll probably want 2 cool-down laps. In fact, he's probably got enough time to come into the pits and go out again. So we will probably see Christian later on.
Yeah, and Tasto was able to go up P3 there, just ahead of Christian's run. We do have Noah as well. He looks like he's on a lap, and he's heading into Parabolica, so one more corner to navigate. Just wants all the momentum through there. And on the power early, doesn't use all the track, but this looks like it might be a good time for him. At 25.6, I put some P2. 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this session, so we are getting to the business end. And yeah, Tilda heading on a track. He's currently P18. He's got a lot of time to find out there.
Kit goes P4.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Ferrari at his team's home track. Yeah, brilliant lap there. But you'll think he'll have to improve a bit to keep that position, because everyone else will maybe put in faster times as the track dries out a bit. Still a bit slippy if you go offline, and definitely nowhere near slick conditions yet. But it poses an interesting and a unique challenge for the drivers, having a wet quali and going into a dry race. You're sort of going in cold, and you've got to find the grip in the dry and push more than you're used to through the quali session. Justin had a purple sector 1 up by 2/10. Let's see what he can do. Coming back into season 19. Well, let's take it to the very top, at least when he's here to drive, and a purple sector 2 as well. 2.5 tenths up, which would put him at 26.2 currently, so he's going to have to find a lot of time. But the final corner is somewhere that you'll gain a lot of time on the exit and through the midpoint of the corner if the track has dried out sufficiently. He's going to cross
he's plenty of ERS as well. He's actually got a little left over, so maybe he didn't use it quite as effectively as he could have. But P3 for Justin, 25.760, and these times are going to start coming in thick and fast. We're 4 minutes left in this session, but a lot of drivers out there on time laps. Hoodham is one of them. I think Hoodham's, yeah, he's invalidated. Tilda back in the pits, though. That's interesting. He wasn't on the out lap, so don't know what's happened there. Speedy down to P15, so he's obviously not had a good time out there on his second run, but it looks like he's up in his time here by half a second. Prix sector 2, so it just has one corner to navigate here. And back in, trying to get loose there on the exit of Parabolic. Getting the power down nice and early though. Holds it to the line. He goes P4 for Speedy. That is great to see. John D tipping him to the post. P4.
Yes, and Christian goes... He was P1 already. I think it was Ben who went P2. So quick times are being posted. Who is next to cross the line?
It looks like Tuna is close to that. Yeah, he's got a car ahead of him, but I think he was like quite significantly up in his time. 4/10, I think I saw on my screen. So this could be great from Tuna. He's actually getting slipstream from that Williams up ahead as well, like ever so slightly. Might aid him in his quest for pole here. He was looking very fast last week in Australia. He's looking pretty fast here at Monza. It is pole for Tuna, 124.995, so our first 24 time. And he does have time for a cool down lap and another run, which could be critical for him.
Yeah, it's all about these final runs, the track ramping up in grip. Got to make the most of it.
Tino is asking about McKender and Iceland, what happened to them. They retired of their Evolution. I don't know what the strat is there, but it worked for McKender last week. He got P2 in the end. So yeah, I don't know, just finish things, I guess. Who else have we got out on track at the minute? I think Tisto might be on a lap. No, he's getting set up for his run. John Wick, is he on a lap? He's heading down to turn 1, so yeah, he is indeed on a lap. I'm actually surprised no one's
So it's Christian.
fancied it. True, Tristan as well, but yeah, I thought someone might go on sauce just for a laugh, you know.
It would be a laugh because it's still raining.
Yeah, you can see on the track, it looks like it's raining on one part, but the dry line, there's like no evidence of rain. Just trolling, it's boycott about car. Oh, they're boycotting about, oh, okay. Apparently they weren't happy with the car they were given this season.
Oh, that's alright, I'll take it.
Yeah, it was...
If they don't want it, I'll have it. We'll have it, won't we, Chief?
You can have both of them.
Oh, okay. I'll rent the other one out. Christian 4/10 up. You do think maybe he's gone a bit too early, but we'll see where it puts him. He's already P2, so probably going to have to improve another 2 or 3 tenths in his final sector to make it a possibility. He's coming across some traffic, the worst place through Parabolica, a bit of dirty air from the Haas ahead. I think that's Jonty. As the flag is out, and Christian does put in a 4/10 improvement to a 0.7. Tuna Man on a run as well, who's actually changed his name to Tuna now rather than Tunari. Makes it easier.
Yeah, Ben for Ascari here, he's up on his time. It looked like 5/10 almost. So this might be pole, or it might contend for P2 at the very least. Tuna started his lap just after the timer ran out, so that is great for him. He will finish the line pretty much the last guy across the line, which is what you want in these conditions. But Ben will be heading across the line any second now, and it's not enough. 4/10 improvement, not enough to improve position though.
Let's keep an eye on Noah as Taisto goes second place, just a 10th off the current pole position time. You think it may be beat, but it is 7 tenths off for Noah. I haven't seen his set to split, so it will be last ditch effort as he crosses the line to try and get himself on the front row. Persegili does that as he goes up to second place. Bailey Thompson up to 4th. Tunaman's lap is ever more important. Noah improves by 6 tenths and improves 1 position. And here comes Tunari. Lovely slipstream.
Oh, he does it.
He's done it for now. Don't put it past Speedy, or do put it past Speedy because he's invalidated. He'll be starting 13th. That is the grid. So it's Tunari
Yeah.
Christian on the front row.
That was Hoodham in the Red Bull. So that was not a planned slipstream, but that worked out perfectly for Tuna. Well played, that man. Very impressed with that one, but yeah, very tight at the top. Only 5 guys able to get into the 24s. The rest in 25s. Some guys in the 26s, but yeah, it looks like a tight field out there today.
My controller just decided to vibrate, which was cool. So, yeah, interesting grid. You've got Bailey Thompson down in 5th, Justin in 10th. So those two will be looking to make their way through the field. And it is somewhere you can overtake, but if you're stuck in the DRS train, it's really difficult if you're in the mid-pack. You've got to stay with the lead runners if you want a chance of getting into that top 5, because if someone breaks away and you're out of the 1 second mark on the DRS, it's really, really difficult to, as I'm quite scared by that position of Tunari. Is he alright? I think he might need to go to the doctors.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of iRacing, and it's obviously working out nicely for him, as he had a great pace last week. But yeah, this week, pole position in this grid, that is quite impressive. And look at Justin there, so he obviously had a bad final run. He's P10 for this one, so he's got a lot of ground to make up, which I suspect he will do throughout this race, because he is known for making his way through the field and always getting to the front end of the grid. And it is wet in the race.
This is spicy. Well, in that
it looks even wetter than the quali.
It does, but it will still be intermediates because, well, the wets are just bad. But yes, under fuel. Who knows? It may go to towards dry conditions at the end, which should be interesting. But yeah, forget what I said about a DRS train, because there's no DRS.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy turn 1. 20 cars into turn 1 on lap 1. In these conditions. And yeah, we've got the Alpine starting at the back as well. So lots to keep an eye on. And can you believe, Joel, they were trying to do away with a formation lap?
Have we got a formation lap?
Well, I hope so. They're trying to do away with it, but I always like it for us commentators to just, have that moment before the race.
They are. The people who are really in charge of SLR. That's what it's... i.e. Tunari.
Yeah. The Finnish takeover.
So everyone's on inters, so we'll turn off the tyre graphic because it gets in the way. Yeah. Difficult conditions. It is a lot wetter than it looked, at least in quali.
Yeah, but it will get, I think it's going to get dry pretty quickly with 20 cars running around the track. The rain is quite light, but you can see it come down. There's some spray coming off the cars, which is going to be horrendous for everyone behind Tuna heading into turn 1. But these guys are pros, they know how to do it. I have all faith that this is not going to be total carnage at the start, but you never know. Tamander in chat, he's saying season 18 Monza was wet in tier 1 too, but he puts a question mark at the end, which makes me wonder if he's asking a question rather than stating a point.
Well, should be a one-stop. No one, I mean, if anyone does get to the end without pitting on the inters, then I would personally congratulate you.
Oh, wow.
Because you've always wanted that.
That's the dream, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like that meme from The Office when you get given an award you didn't ask for.
I like that meme.
So Tunari coming around the final corner and is going to slot into the grid spot, make sure those tyres are up to temperature. All these guys would have under-fueled. as you use quite a lot less fuel in the wet conditions than you do in the dry. And we've got the whole race ahead of
lining up here.
us. Yeah, who knows? It might turn towards dry conditions further down. Icewind taking his time, rightly so. The two V-carbs on the back row. And we're almost ready to go here at Monza. The lights are on. It's Tunari and Christian on the front row of Tier 1, round 2. And we're underway, and it looked like Tunari got a pretty poor start, and Christian is already alongside him round the outside, who have the inside for turn 1. Let's see what happens down into the first chicane. Always a difficult corner on the first lap of the race. There's the Ferrari there as Christian loses it, and he's round the outside of the corner. There's so much going on. About 20 people, maybe not 20, that's an exaggeration. 5 people have cut the corner trying to take avoiding action. There's a mammoth gap between Kit and Eagle Ghost, and now Ben, as Eagle Ghost and Ben are going side by side. Keep an eye up here though, between Noah and Bailey, as Bailey gets past Noah, and Tateso is down to P5. Christian has lost out there, 5 positions down from P2 to P6. Can't do maths, that's 4 positions, but Kit is steady in P7. Justin trying to make up positions up that he lost off the start. He's back up to 10th place after overtaking the Aston Martin, and that was carnage. But Tunari leads by 1.5 seconds already, and I'm sure quite a few people have damage and will come into the pits at the end of this lap. The McLaren of Speedy gets past Houdin as he backs out of that one through Ascari and lets the McLaren go. Houdin does have right end plate damage. Tateso is very close now to Noah, who has a look at the inside of Parabolica, wisely decides to think that he needs to have another go at another time, because that could have ended badly. And he does get a good exit, and he's alongside Noah. Take over, Chief, I'm about to pass out.
Yeah, some great comms there from the start, but yeah, that was all set off by Christian. He was trying to keep his...
Oh, Tateso! A huge dive bomb to try and get past Noah. He ended up overtaking Bailey and Noah, and he had to cut the corner. He's given all those positions back. He didn't get a penalty, which is interesting. He's also given a position back to Christian. He didn't want to, as Christian's up the inside of Bailey. The two ex-teammates.
They were teammates. They were now enemies, and Christian getting a good run out. Bailey already guarding that inside line. It's all kicking off, and it seems to be turn 1 every time is providing all the action. Yeah, I was just saying, Christian was trying to stick his nose down the inside into turn 1 with Tuna, and that set it off. Bit of contact sent Christian off, and as he got back onto the track, that caused all of the guys behind to have to check up a little bit. So yeah, Christian in P5 currently, so he's in damage recovery mode. Bailey Thompson currently in P4, but yeah, I was watching the V-Carbs as well. They were making their way through the field up to P16 and P17. McKender, as I say that, up to P15.
Yeah, making 5 positions up already as Icewind, his teammate, gets past Houdin. Working together here. Houdin does have damage. I'm surprised no one came into the pits at the end of lap 1. It looked like there were some cars who had lost pieces of their front wing into turn 1 in that lower midfield incident. And Bailey now all over the back of Noah. He's going to have the outside unless he decides to dip, and he's going to stay to the outside, but it means he'll have the inside for the next corner, and he might get a better exit here, although he's off the racing line. He's not on the dry line, and therefore Noah can speed away in the traction zone.
Oh, what a great opening few laps here from the guys. We've kind of settled on a little bit here. Tuna, I tell you what, Tuna is loving life right now. 2 seconds ahead of Persigilli. Persigilli 2.9 seconds ahead of P3 Noah. And then we've got this DRS trend from Noah right down into P9.
McKender had an issue, didn't quite see what went on there. I think he might have come together with Eagle Ghost, as he's now back behind his teammate to 17th, so he's lost a few of the positions that he made up. 2/10 is the gap between Christian and Bailey, very close on the back of Noah as well. And yeah, like you say, Tunari 2.5 seconds clear of Persagili, who himself is 3 seconds clear of Bailey. So A lot of gaps forming, but from then there down, it's as close as you want it. Bailey will have a good chance here to re-overtake Noah.
Yeah, Ben very close on the back of Kit there for Parabolica, but looks like Kit got a good run out. That should protect him all the way down to turn 1. And Justin Ayers is just about hanging within that 1 second range of Ben right now. And you can see Ben does indeed engage ARS, goes past Kit, takes P7. Oh, and there's some hustle bustle going on into turn 1 here with this DRS trend, but oh, Billy Thompson and Noah again very, very close on the exit, with Noah getting it just about right and holding on to P3 for now. He's coming under a lot of pressure. It's Speedy as well, makes a move there on Bunker, gets himself into the points. P10 for Speedy. Tim Ander is saying I sound quite low on the mix. Oh, Speedy in the dirt there. Billy Thompson, yeah, Billy Thompson very close on the back of Noah. It feels a bit like he's getting held up a little bit here, but Noah doing all the right things to keep him behind for now. So yeah, just keep us informed on the audio levels. Always good to have a good balance. As I'm seeing Christian creeping up behind Billy Thompson here, but it's so frustrating when the guy ahead of you also has Slipstream, and Puna fast slap, Persegilli fast slap, so Persegilli actually making up time on that lap. And I tell you what, Billy Thompson coming under a lot of pressure from Christian. Christian is right on his gearbox, and he might just send it, and they have a bit of overspeed over Noah, but not enough to make a move, and it's very tight through turn 1 between Billy and Christian. Yeah, Tim Anders saying it, the audio level is better now, that's great.
Ben getting past Kit there as well into turn 1. So yes, very close between the top guys, and Bailey was very close to Noah. Doesn't look like Noah has very good pace at this point in the race. He's 5.5 seconds, and that gap is increasing as Justin and Kit are going side by side. Teammates last season at VCarb, and Justin gets the better of his ex-teammate there.
Mander asking if he gets a t-shirt for his feedback on the audio levels. We speak after. Yeah, this DRS trend where all the action is right now. These conditions make it so hard to overtake though. And Tuna with another fastest lap, so he's loving it up front. Still the gap remains around 2 seconds, but Noah is dropping behind. As you mentioned, yeah, it looks like these guys just need to get past, but it's so tricky. As McKander retires in the pits, that's a 10-second time penalty before he retires in the pit. So we won't see a safety car, but that's unfortunate. That was unfortunate for him. Icewind remains in, so P15 for Icewind currently. Surprise as well, Mr. Pizza down in P14.
Yeah, we've got
a great pace last week.
Speedy, who's hunting down Kit as well, which I'm keeping an eye on. Yeah, so McKenda retired from the race. The gap's slowly opening up between Bailey, Christian, Taisto, but Justin is making a gain. In fact, let's look at who's gained the most positions so far. 5 positions up for Icewind from the back of the grid, but towards the top is Noah, who's up 3. And he's doing well to hold off these guys. The gap between him and Persegili is sort of stagnated now at around 6 seconds.
Yeah, and just an indication of how much these guys are getting held up by Noah. If you look at the standings, the DRS trend is now much bigger. It's P3 to P13, so it just kind of demonstrates that the guys behind Noah are getting held up to an extent here. And if I was Billy Thompson, I would be trying to figure out a way. I'm sure he is, like, he's obviously a very experienced driver, but there must be something he can do to get by Noah, because he is losing time hand over fist here. Tina thinks this is just going to be Tuna's won already. We don't know, but you might have a point. 2.7 the gap between P1 P2, so he is he's just doing his thing out there. Yeah. It looks like Noah has found a little bit of pace, so he is creeping up. He's eating into that delta time of 6 seconds between him and Percy Gilly, but he has a lot to contend with. He's got a quite sizable DRS train behind him, so he really wants to be looking forward, but he also has to be looking backwards as well. Some very fast drivers behind him: Billy Thompson, Christian, and obviously yeah, even Justin Ertz in P8. As Tuna sets the fast lap once more. So the track that indicates the track is drying out a little bit, even though it doesn't look like it too much. We do see a bit of a dry line, but the gap, look at that, the gap from Tuna to Perskilly, almost a second in that lap for Tuna was gained.
Speedy unable to get past Kit. He's been trying for a couple of laps now, but not quite close enough into turn 1 on this occasion.
What do you think? Do you agree with Tina or Tino? Sorry,
Tina Turner.
Tino. I was thinking of Tuna. I don't know. It was like Tina Tuna. Do you think Tuna's won already?
It says 8 out of 27. No? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was quite good.
It does say that, yeah. I hear
we're not even
saying,
halfway.
Yeah.
So, I think, although I did think that 2 plus 5 was 6.
Yeah, we will answer that question at lap 27.
6.5.
I guess.
Yeah. Another fastest lap, and Tuna has won the race already.
Congrats to our winner, Tuna. Oh god, we just cursed him, haven't we?
Yep.
But yeah, let's have a look at this train. There is some movement going on there. There's people trying things, but no one yet has been able to figure out the formula to actually pass in these conditions. It looks like they're all single file for now. None of them. I mean, I'm seeing some guys with low ERS, but obviously in the midfield section, you know, in sector 2, you can really harvest that ERS back. So really, you're hoping that the guy ahead makes a mistake, and I am seeing a few guys cutting corners. I think I just saw Speedy cut the second chicane there, so he might have got a warning for that.
Well, that's one way
Kit,
to overtake.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah.
Think outside the
Kit
box.
has a time penalty, and that's from lap 1. Bunker as well has a time penalty, which may come into play later in the race. But for now, Billy Thompson looking closer than he has done in the last few laps. Up against Noah here, so Tuna once again another fast lap from him up front, but we're staying with this battle between Christian, Billy and Noah, and yeah, Noah just has a lot of ERS at hand here. I think that's going to protect him massively, but it does look like Billy might think about something here. No, he's too far back, and he runs out of ERS on the run into turn 1.
Yeah, it must be really quite frustrating for these drivers. So closely matched on pace, and these conditions just make it almost impossible to try something audacious. You're just stuck where you are, really.
Yeah, I mean, what are your options? Your options are you're going to like save up ERS for a few laps, but by doing that, you might drop back, and then you need to use ERS, so it's like a real compromise type of situation, especially if you're in a DRS train. Or the guy behind might not be saving ERS, so that may present him with an opportunity to overtake you. So it's a real balancing act for these drivers out there. It may seem a wee bit pedestrian with the lack of overtakes, but there's a lot of strategizing going on, a lot of big brain thinking in those shiny helmets.
Yeah. I mean, I guess your best chance of overtaking if you're really close, like, you know, if you're Christian or Tasto, maybe you think about pitting 2 or 3 laps earlier and getting a bit of an undercut. I know the fresh inters can be quite a lot quicker than old inters, so that's an option, but then you might lose out towards the end of the race. There's this Bailey who's under pressure now from Christian, actually, who's closing in on him. And that's a perfect example there of the challenge of overtaking in these conditions. You don't want to send it up the inside with a dive bomb, because you can easily lock the tyres and you go straight on, maybe hit your rival, and then you end up losing 2 or 3 positions because of that. But Christian here can make a genuine overtake up the inside. He does have a bit of contact there, and Tasto almost took advantage and got past Christian, but he managed just to hold on. And maybe a lack of awareness there from Bailey, perhaps, not knowing his rival was on the inside and just turning in on him.
Yeah, and that's cost him time. Look at that, P4 to P3, currently 1.7, so he was right behind Noah, but now Noah has got a lot of free air up there and can potentially build on that gap as these 3 drivers behind fight hard. And we've got Ben in there as well, so it's a 4-way battle, and actually it's a 5-way battle, because we've got Justin Aerts, who is now in P8, and he did set the fastest lap, the last lap there, as Tuna takes that away from him, 28.3. So there is incremental pace to be found, or improvements to be found lap on lap, as Noah sets the fastest lap. And we got Billy Thompson trying something different. He's in the pits, so this is interesting. We are in lap 12, so it is a bit of an early pit stop for Billy, but you have to try something different, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to go for something. Roll the dice and see what happens.
Yeah, if he can come out in some clean air and put in some good lap times, 2 or 3 laps undercut, he can find himself ahead of Noah if he does a good job. Of course, I'm a bit surprised Noah's not too quick in these conditions, because it is Noah's natural habitat, the flood.
I think he's picked up the pace, so he is he's eating into that gap to Persegili, so he's actually quite significantly added into it by over a second in the last couple of laps. So Noah's found his groove. I think it may be the fact that he doesn't have his rear view full of Christian and Billy and co, as Speedy is getting overtaken by Jonty, and that's in the section before Ascari. So Speedy up to P10. No, he's down to P10, sorry, and Jonty up to P9. Wondering if sorry, go ahead.
It's the Belly's going to get past Yenab here, hopefully. Oh my days! Yenab has been bish bash boshed into the gravel, and his famous phrase will be out. Well,
that looked like a bit of a Max Verstappen Mexico turn 1 moment. Could have easily went into the wall there, but managed to avoid somehow. But yeah, I thought Billy Thompson's pit there might have triggered a bunch of pit stops from the front guys, but no, everyone's holding their nerve. They're happy enough to stay out for now. And I think with these gaps up front between, for the first 2 guys and Noah, I think they were happy enough, just to stay out. They're not worried too much about the undercut. But look at that, Bunker sets the fastest lap on fresh enters, so that's interesting. So Billy Thompson will be gaining time here, the longer these guys stay out.
yeah, of course, the top 2 have as much time as they want to react. They don't have to take the initiative, because they have that luxury of being 5 and 3 seconds ahead. Christian has dropped back from Noah quite a lot. I'm not sure, maybe made a mistake or just overcooked his tyres. You'd think he'd be in pretty soon, so he's staying out. And yeah, it is still raining, but it is much lighter than the start. Ben, Justin and Kit all come into the pits one by one. We'll see where Bailey emerges in relation to these guys and whether he has gained any time. He was ahead, of course, before the pit stops, but if he is significantly ahead now, and he's not too far ahead. In fact, he's probably lost a bit of time to those guys. So maybe that incident with Yenab didn't help. Well, it definitely didn't help, but you know what I mean.
The gap from leader to Billy is 34.6 seconds, so yeah.
Yellow, yellow.
Who was that? It looked like a Haas, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Billy Thompson, I mean, I think the pits here is around 20 seconds, maybe a bit longer because of the conditions. So really, Billy Thompson's right now looking at P5, maybe? You know, just coming out around Christian, you know, if Christian pits now, they'll be around about the same position on track. But we will see, as Billy Thompson wants to make these hours work, as they are pretty fresh. He will be gunning it. He has a lot of fresh air at the minute, which is great for him. Mr. Pizza picking up time penalty there. And some more drivers pitting. It's Speedy and Jaunty into the pits.
We've got a virtual safety car. So, I mean, those guys who are in the pits now, I mean, what's going on? Because on my screen, Speedy's just stuck in the pits. I'm sure he's not, but that's what it looks like. Same with Yonti. The pit crew are just... they've become statues. They've turned to stone.
Yeah, Speedy is still in the pits for me as well, falling down the order. So
unless this is
we had something
actually a
similar
bug.
last week. Oh, did he have a 10-second penalty?
No, it happened to Yonti as well. But he is actually out now.
Yeah, he's out, and it's put him in P12. So Mr. Pizza is retired in the pits and left the session. So bit of confusion there. Something happened like that last week. There's a lot of glitch. Oh, there's a Ferrari off track.
Yeah, Kit deciding to take to the gravel.
That is not good. And
Tilda gets to drive through because the safety car's ended. He must have been over the Delta. All sorts going on. I think that VSC was called by Mr. Pizza being off track at the exit of Ascari. We saw the yellow flags. As Christian
in the pits.
A lap late for what he would have wanted. If he came in a lap earlier, it would have been during the VSC. On to another use set of interest towards the end.
Oh no, Icewind 10-second time penalty. Is he going to retire in the pits?
Yes. No!
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Good choice.
But yeah, whoever pitted under the VSC there.
Oh my days, it's 3 wide into turn 1, 2 by 2 now as Christian and Justin are side by side. Christian's lost out a lot. He's behind Justin after the pit stop. And Ben and Yonti were going side by side too. Jonty yet to pit. Ben has pit. And, oh my days, it's going 3 wide into whatever this corner's called. It would be so much better commentary if I knew it. But Bailey is not even in the conversation. It's Christian. I'm getting confused with last season. Up the inside of the Lesmos. No room through there. That was tasty. And there's going to be round 2 in a minute into Ascari.
Yeah, that was disaster for Christian. I mean, he's on the freshest tires of these guys, but he's being held up. You can see it. Ben up ahead, just making his car as wide as possible. And Ben looking down the inside, guarding that inside line there from Christian. So Christian losing time hand over fist here on his first lap on these new tires, these new Inters. Oh, and Christian gets a really good run out of Viscari, so he does send it up the inside of Ben and gets that moved on finally, so be glad of that.
And Noah sets the fastest lap of the race so far on his old tyres, yet to pit, along with the top two and Tateso as well. Bailey has pit, he's just set a new fastest lap up to 6th place. Right, what's going on into turn 1 here? We've got Ben, Christian and Justin, and they all form an orderly queue into turn 1. And now Speedy's joined the back of this queue, having pit. So he's in the conversation as well, although he does have a time penalty. It's interesting that the top 3 are staying, the top 4 even, are staying out this long. Perhaps waiting for a safety car or something.
Yeah, it's actually the top 5 that have yet to pit, so John Wick as well, but it looks like Tuna's got such a lead at the minute. He's not too worried about things. I mean, he's 33 seconds ahead of Billy Thompson, who's the freshest Inter runner out there currently. So nothing to worry about for Tuna right now, as he does pit. So lap 17 comes into the pits. Percy Gilly stays out. Are we going to see someone try the no stopper in this race? Noah as well staying out. I think there's a couple of guys here considering staying out. And you know what? The track is drying up a little bit. Still wet out there, but could well go to dry conditions at the very, very end of the race.
Tuna comfortably out ahead of this train and ahead of Bailey too, as you'd expect. Right, Justin is under pressure from Christian here. Will he have enough ERS, as Christian's only got 8%, so he's not going to be able to boost at all, and he's going to have to settle.
Yeah, he's tantalizingly close to an overtaker, but yeah, it just doesn't have enough ERS to maximize on this position. Doesn't look down the inside, doesn't go for it. And Justin hold on to P8 for now. Jonty in P7, that's pretty good.
You don't think he hasn't pit yet? I don't think.
He actually has these 3 lap old Enders.
Oh my days, insane.
So I think once the pits play out, actually Billy Thompson might be P3 if I'm correct, as Percy Gilly comes into the pits. Noah as well, so yeah, no one's going for the zero stopper. As I said, that Tasto crosses the line. He is yet to pit. John Wick as well into the pit, so it's only Tasto, the last guy that needs to pit from the top 10. We've also got Janab, P15, who is not pitted yet.
Bailey gets past Noah.
Oh, and there we go. Yeah, Percy Gilly came out ahead of Billy, so Billy might not be in for a podium today. Actually, no. If he does pit, Billy will be on for a podium. But we've got Noah 5. That's crazy. 4.2 behind Billy. So that early pit stop actually worked out quite well for Billy Thompson, I think.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe older tyres at the end of the race is going to be a disadvantage. We'll see. So yeah, this train from P5 down to P11 is being contested at the moment, as you think Noah will pull away on those fresh tyres, but he's yet to do so.
Tisto remains out, so he is going for another lap on these old Inters, but he's got Tuna behind, who's almost, I think it was the second that lap, so he will reel him in pretty quickly. I mean, his name's Tuna, but he's the one going fishing, so I don't know.
It's quite good though. John West is his real name, apparently.
I wonder what Testo means in English. I know what Persigeli means, and I don't want to repeat it on air.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's basically anus ointment.
Right. It sounded like quite a nice word. So I've just been saying that.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess like you can kind of see it a bit. It's like gel, you know, like. Bum gel.
Yeah, I get the idea. No need to elaborate.
Moving on.
Yes.
But yeah, look at that tuna, 1.5. So he's made up like over almost 2 seconds on that lap, and he might get him. Well, I would say definitely will get him this lap if things continue as is.
Christian very
Billy
close.
Thompson's falling off.
Very close to Justin now is Christian. He's saved up a little bit of a battery. Might have a go, although he's not got good top speed. He is closing, but nowhere near quick enough. So yeah, let's keep an eye on the battle for the lead with a beautiful Hamilton purple helmet.
Tuna is right on the back of Testo right now, so he's caught him through the Lesmo. It might hold him up a little bit, but he can afford it. But you can just see the superior grip in every exit here, and I would say this is it. Yeah, he's got a bit of ERS, so he's going to get this moved on. I don't think Testo's going to fight it too much here, as Tuna on these fresh tires and effectively now leading the race. I mean, he's won the race already, so. You should just retire, I guess. But Billy Thompson might find things difficult here. He is on the back foot. He did go for that early pit stop. He is on the oldest tires of anyone in the front pack, apart from Testo, who might pit this lap. No, Testo's going for the zero stopper.
You may as well now if you've come this far. I mean, the worst is going to finish at P5, you would have thought. As the Finnish driver sets the fastest lap. So Justin and Christian, in fact Christian got past Justin, we missed that, and must have happened at the same time as Tunari.
Oh, we have a yellow flag. Or is that, oh, it's the final corner. It's another Haas incident. P16 Janab getting it all wrong through Parabolica. I might actually. Yeah, he's got a puncture, Joel.
Oh.
Which is interesting. That was lap 20. Testo's on 21 lap old tires. Let's watch Testo. He's about to blow.
Oh, good battle here between Kit and Speedy. Kit that gets past him. Speedy didn't have the grip. Tried to do the switchback on the exit of the chicane, but didn't have the grip to do that on slightly older tyres. So we've got Christian and Jonty now, which is the closest battle on track. Then we've got Ben and Justin, and soon you would think Noah will be on the back of Bailey Thompson too.
Yep, and Testo stays out.
Yeah, so you'd think he's definitely committing now. Tunari's looking to do the grand sweep and get the fastest lap as well as pole and the race win. Christian on the back of Jonty. You'd think it would be an easy overtake, but he doesn't have much battery to play with, but Jonty slips in beside him, and the other McLaren of Speedy is unable to replicate the move of his teammate.
Yeah, no, I'm just keeping an eye on Testo here because I'm expecting one of his tires to blow up pretty soon. Although some guys do get pretty lucky with the tire wear, even though it's like telling them it's puncture range. Some guys, I don't know what it is, they just get away with it. He's going over to the wet line a lot as well. So he's trying everything to nurse these tires to the end. As Percy Gilly is closing in on him big time, and I'm seeing him cutting corners as well. So I'm gonna check actually some of these warnings that drivers may have. See, Tuna has 1 warning from lap 1. Tisto has just the 1 as well, so not too many warnings up front, which is impressive. As Tisto, I think I just saw him going into the pits there, maybe? No?
Nope.
Someone went into the pits?
Tilda.
Tilda retires in the pits. Tisto stays out for now, but is just tiptoeing around these chicanes as Persigeli closing up ever further. You can see it visually now. The Ferrari in the background, wanting that P2 spot. Billy Thompson as well, in with a shout of P3, but Noah is closed up massively on him, and Billy Thompson's tires, 12 lap old, not the freshest out there. Noah, 5 lap old enters, so this is a battle between the tires. And I wonder, I don't know if Billy Thompson's going to be able to hold on to this position, which is effectively P3. Although Tiso's doing good here, lap 24, and he's still on these enders, has yet to pit, and he's not going to pit, it seems. Although he may be forced to if one of them explodes here. Persigeli 1.1 behind. And I think if you look at this delta, but as they go through Parabolica, I think Persigeli just, able to get on the par a bit earlier, and he closes up by 5/10 just through that 1 corner.
Let's keep an eye on Noah as well, who's just 2.5 tenths behind Bailey, who is deploying his battery into turn 1. It should be a relatively simple overtake, although Bailey does a good job of defending and Noah finds a bit of a gap. Bailey gives him space as Persigeli does get past Tateso and weaves, so probably Tateso letting him by and Persigeli just saying thank you. Noah is the battle to watch now with Bailey. And Christian's not too far behind now as well. He's joined the back of these, so Bailey, if he's not careful, might lose out to Christian as well.
Yeah, and this battle is great for Tisto. I mean, he is on these old tires, but if Billy and co are fighting behind, it might cost him enough time for Tisto to make it to the flag and pick up a podium spot. I'll keep an eye on that gap. It's currently 5.6 from Billy Thompson to Tisto currently.
Here goes Noah up the inside of Parabolica. An unconventional place to make an overtake. He won't be upset about that. The door was left open and he took advantage of it, but now it's Christian and Bailey has a slipstream. He's trying to get back. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1 as Bailey just about gets past Noah, but Noah's still ahead as they come to the apex. Now it's Bailey who has the racing room and Noah is back down into P5, so it was a good move. Maybe it wasn't the best thought out, as is he going to lose out to Christian? Oh, how did they both stay on track there? They both should have been out. That was almost an Astro Boys moment from 2019, if you remember that. He went straight off into the gravel, lost a wheel. That could have been so close. It gives Bailey a great chance now to hang on to P4 if he can run away, but Christian is still close enough. That was scary.
Yeah, that was very scary. Christian, yeah, he had enough. I don't know if he was legally allowed to be there, but he just snuck up the inside. I don't think Noah knew he was there, and there was a bit of wheel banging which caused that incident. But yeah, Billy Thompson, P4, so he's happy with how that played out. And I tell you what, I think I'm on the money with Tisto, as we do have a car off on the straight before Parabolic. I think it's Janab. It's just parked it. But we're not going to see a safety car. It's the penultimate lap. And I tell you what, Tisto may well take P3 here if these tires hang on. He's got 4.3 gap cushion to Billy Thompson, who's going to be pushing hard. But yeah, this might be the strategy. This might be the driver of the day strategy from Tisto.
Here comes Christian. Not close enough, although he is slightly alongside in the braking zone. And now this has allowed Jonty, Justin, Ben to catch up as well, this battle. And Christian will be desperate to get past. He's on 0% battery. He's completely used all his deployment. He's going to have to bide his time a bit here as we are on to the last lap of the race, don't forget. So he's all or nothing on this back straight. You think it's his final opportunity, and this sort of puts Noah out of contention for that P4 as well, unless something miraculous happens. Who knows? So let's watch Christian.
Joel, yeah, look at Billy Thompson's indicator, fuel indicator. It's flashing very hard here, so this may indicate he may run out of fuel before the flag.
Oh!
Runs
Tateso has gone straight on. Tateso has a puncture. This is Hamilton moments in Silverstone. Can he hold on? The answer is no, but I'm trying to make it dramatic as Bailey goes straight past him. Christian now. Is he going to get this P3? The race has come alive in the final corner. Oh my word, what's going on here? And now, yes, and look at this. Christian's got past Bailey. He's going to get there ahead. And now Noah. Can Noah get Bailey? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was worth 0.001 seconds. That was worth a wait.
Oh my word, what a finish.
That's worth a special upload video.
Up ahead, won the race. Yeah, he won the race, lap 7, but Persigili takes P2. But that battle for P3, wow, I want to see that again. That was crazy.
And Tateso finishes P9. That's so annoying. If only those tyres could have held on for two or three more corners.
Yeah, it was for Ascari. It just gave out on him. Unfortunate. It was going to be a driver of the day performance, but he doesn't get points in the end, I don't believe. Tim Anders says, my man. Yeah, incredible performance there from Christian to get that podium in the dying moments, but it was Tuna who takes the top step, and it's Mercedes P1 once again, back-to-back wins for Mercedes. Last week it was Noah, this week Tuna, and those guys will be loving life at the top of the constructors table after this one. What a finish though. It was P3 that we were watching hard there in the last lap. That was crazy. I need to watch that back.
It was quite boring up until then. Fastest lap it is for Noah. It's a clean sweep. He got pole as well. Better than anyone else on the track. Most overtakes for Bailey. And the cleanest driver was Persigili.
Yep. So, good job from Tuna. We didn't see much of him on stream. All the action was behind. But that's the way you want it sometimes, isn't it? You want to have a quiet race up front. But yeah, finish P1, P2, P4. But it was the Great Dane of Christian. I believe he's Danish. Yeah, that's a Danish flag. Right? Yeah. I think Christian's Danish, isn't he?
Yes.
I should know that. So he takes P3 in the end, and what a crazy finish. I wish we had replays in our for our streams. That would be the ultimate thing, that we could watch it over and over again. But yeah, it's there to watch if you want to rewind. That was a crazy finish for that race. Yeah. Take a moment, Joel. As we head over to the interviews, and let's have a look, see who we got for our first interview. Hopefully we got a little bit of Tuna in there. Yeah, Tuna's in there. And he's with us now. So Tuna, what a victory from you. P1, it was Mercedes last week with Noah. This week it was you. So blah, blah, blah,
that made it the broadcast. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw the final lap there, I mean, well done on the win, but all the action was on the last lap there between Christian and Bailey Thompson, and I think Noah was there as well, so some crazy stuff. So we're just recovering from that, so yeah, give me a moment. But yeah, how was it for you, the race?
It was, yeah, it was pretty good. I was left at turn 1 I got like already a, I think 1.5 second gap because they like crashed, as you probably saw. And then yeah, I actually could increase the gap, and then it was like 8 seconds before the last stint. I mean, we were of course contemplating if it's gonna go to dries, but it never said like, it was always like rain for the foreseeable future. So I guess I'll just go into this, and then yeah, just last stint to solo boys just bring it home because I mean I have a big gap, so I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, and I think that run into turn 1 was crucial, wasn't it? Because you had Christian on your inside, and he obviously was trying to go for that inside line, and I think there was a bit of contact between the two of you. Christian came out the worst. He had to go off track a little bit, and when he came back on track, then that's what caused all that commotion behind. You know, what was your take on that run into turn 1?
Yeah, I mean I'm famously bad at starts on this game, but luckily this one was alright. So yeah, Christian was went for the move, and I squeezed him a bit because I lost the rear on braking, but it wasn't too bad, I'd say. I mean, I'd need to look at it again, but I don't think it was that bad. But obviously it's still not great, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, got a good start, and that basically won me the race because I was out of the carnage then because of that.
Yeah, and I mean, how are you feeling about this season? Obviously, you've had some good results recently, good pace. Are you thinking it's time for that tier 1 title, or are you just seeing how it goes?
I mean, I've been always pretty good in wet, and so this is obviously really optimal that it's wet for the whole way in both sessions. But I'm not good enough in the dry at the moment, so I don't think a title is really impossible. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't think it's possible at the moment at the pace I'm at. But I mean, if there's more wet races, then maybe. But I don't really see it happening like that. But I mean, again, like I'll take anything, even like a top 3 in the championship. I would be happy with that. And the constructors, we have to be P1. No shot, we not.
Well, next week it's Mexico. What do you reckon? Probably no rain there. I mean, maybe, but what do you think about that track?
I don't like it too much, but it's whatever. I mean, that's how it goes. It's pretty bad. At least historically it has been. I haven't driven it on this game yet, so but I imagine it's gonna be the same, like no grip and all this shit. So it's probably gonna be quite bad. But I mean, again, I don't mind. It is what it is.
I actually heard it was a banger track, Tuna.
Yeah, I mean, you ask for every track. It's the banger one.
Anyway, congrats on the win, and yeah, great result for Mercedes today. It looks like you guys are extend your constructors championship run. You've got a very strong teammate in Noah, so I mean, even if you're not thinking about the title for the drivers, you must be looking at that constructors, thinking you've got a good shot there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean it should be, but still too early to tell really, because I mean if we go by last season, then Christian and Bailey will score more than both of us combined. But obviously it might not go that way this season. We'll see. But yeah, obviously the goal is to win it.
Yep. Okay. Well, GG, and we look forward to seeing your return to track in Mexico, and hopefully back-to-back wins for you. Maybe.
I don't think so, but you never know.
That's the spirit. Let's go. Right. Thanks, Tuna. We will move in. Next, I want to speak to Christian, who finished P3. Christian, what a mega last lap. That was crazy to watch. What was it like to drive that last lap?
it was the most chaotic lap of my life, probably. I knew Bailey was on the brink of puncture, basically, and I'd just been fighting with Noah, and he was a bit. I mean, we had a little thing the lap before, and then Taisto got a puncture, and he went slow, and all of a sudden I was side by side with Bailey, and I was in front, and then Noah was side by side with Bailey behind, and God, it was my blood. It's all this racing is not good for my blood pressure because I'm gonna stroke out someday.
Yeah, I think the two biggest incidents I saw in this race was turn one. You were heading down the inside of Tuna, obviously trying to take the lead, get that inside line, and then the chaos that came after that. But also that last lap, you and Noah, the run down to the second chicane, you had
Yep.
enough. Yeah, it looked marginal, but it looked like you just had enough. But it didn't seem like Noah knew you were there, and there was the slightest of wheel taps. I think any other driver probably would have DNF there. But somehow you managed to hold on to the car, and yeah, it paid off in the end. So, uh, yeah, I mean, what were you thinking throughout the race as well? You know, with the pit strategy, obviously we saw Tisto try to go for the one stop, but were you pretty clear it was going to be or sorry, as he went for the zero stop, but were you pretty clear it was a one stop strategy you were going to go for?
Well, I only really looked at my tire wear on lap 7, I think, because I was so not locked in. uh, and I was thinking, what the zero stop was the way to go, but tire wear was just exploding as soon as the track got dry. Just the smallest bit of dry, and the tire wear just skyrockets. And I saw Bailey bugs, and I was like, well, okay, it's probably best to just box and not try and risk it with the puncture, given last season's race for me. I'm so confused right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I can understand. Yeah, um, it was quite exhilarating that final lap. But I do want to ask. Or I just want to say, like, we've seen some really great pace from you in the recent races, but it just seems like qualifying, if you were able to, be at in that pole position, you probably would have been in much better Vettel to actually just show that pace today. Because like we saw, once you were in a DRS train behind drivers, it was nigh on impossible to actually make a move. You were kind of stuck behind some drivers there, and it looked like, yeah, you lost out a delta to the lead drivers. So yeah, like, what's your thinking going into the next few races? Then, are you thinking more focus on the qualifying, or just keep going as is?
I'm just praying it's not wet and some people can break into turn 1. You know, yeah, I mean, it's qualifying wasn't very. I wasn't happy. Let's just say that, but it was still. It was P2. It was just unlucky that yeah. Well, turn 1 happened at Monza. Because I think it would have been a fun fight with Tuna and Persigelli. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and hope that I get lucky someday.
Yeah, I think the race ones are going to come this season, definitely. If your pace in the last 2 races is anything to go by. I mean, we're heading to Mexico next week. It's notorious for turn 1 incidents. That long run down to turn 1. Are you looking forward to it? Is that a track you like, or are you not looking forward to this one?
Taiwan is awful, so I already hate it without having driven it for, I don't know, 6 months. So it's gonna be amazing. I don't know.
I think Joel has one last question that he's really been thinking about all week and wants to ask you right now.
Do I? Oh yeah, I remember. How do you drive quick?
Press the right pedal hard enough, and it should.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, more throttle, less brake.
Yeah. Just flat out turn 1 Mexico,
So.
and you got pole position.
I was hoping you'd say something like, you've been at 40% brake in every corner. It was a hardware glitch, and now I stopped that, and now I'm esports level. But
You might want to practice that Max Verstappen line, for turn 1 Mexico.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much the stewards are gonna like that.
It worked out okay for him, Um,
Yeah.
But Christian, thanks for joining us in the competition. That was a crazy finish, and I know you'll enjoy that on stream as well. That last lap, but yeah, good race from you, and GG on P3.
Thank you. Thanks for commentating.
There we go. We'll bring in Billy next.
Hello, Jacob.
Billy, hello Billy, how are you, sir?
I think
Alright.
I'm going to be drugged in.
Okay.
That was an impression.
Oh, what?
Never mind.
I didn't hear what you said, so I'm not offended.
Good.
Excellent. Great start to the interview. Great start. How can we make this any more awkward? We'll just... Yeah. Billy, that last lap, that was kind of crazy. I mean, we knew you were on the back foot with those old tires, but... And I did see your light, your fuel light, flashing quite aggressively. Was there an issue with fuel as well?
Yeah, I had to lift and coast for like the last 5 laps.
Oh my word. Okay. And yeah, just talk us through like your take on that last lap.
I mean, it was fine, I guess. I got the puncture coming out the last corner, so I couldn't put the power down and actually get my rightfully claimed 3rd place back. But
Wow, I didn't even know you had a puncture there. in the
yeah,
last lap.
I come out the corner and I'm like just at the exit and I got the puncture. So,
Oh,
it's
that's
yeah,
crazy.
wasn't ideal, but I don't know. It was just wasn't a good race anyway.
Yeah, it looked like a frustrating race. I mean, you were caught up in that DRS train at the start, after that first lap incident with the front guys. And then you went for the early pit stop, pitting much earlier than anyone else. Was that just a case of trying something different to see if you could pull something off? Because it looked like it was very difficult to pass anyone today.
Yeah, basically it was kind of undercut. I mean, it almost worked. The first stint was just frustrating because I was ahead of Noah and I thought I could stay ahead, and then this Alpine just sends it down the inside and I have to avoid him, and then I lose the position. And it's like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Like,
Yeah.
Australia, it's safety cars, and now I lose positions because someone sends it down the inside. It's just, I don't really know.
And then when you did pit that lap, when you came out of the pits, then there was a bit of something happened with the Haas. Did that cost you time? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I thought I left him enough space, but coming into the corner, my rear wheel touches his front wheel. So I mean, he's reported it. I might get a penalty for that. But if I'm on, it'll drop me down to 7th if I get 5 seconds. But it's like 4 points at this point. Already. It's not going well the start of this season, so I'm not really too bothered.
Okay, yeah, last week was a race to forget. This one, yeah, you get some points anyway. Next week is Mexico, though. What do you reckon about that track?
That'll be the same thing. I think it'll be DRS train, and then whoever gets it right, really. So we'll just see.
Yeah, I was suggesting to Christian taking the Max Verstappen line into turn 1, maybe, for Mexico.
Well, I mean, some people took the Max Verstappen line, the Italy version, to their turn 1.
I actually did see that, yeah.
I had to because I think it was Noah. Noah just came steaming into turn 1. No bother. Just doesn't put on the brakes. It just crashes into like 4 people. I will be reporting him for that. It's nothing personal. If I'm getting a penalty for this race, I'll say.
Okay, well, let's see what the FIA decide. But for now, it was P5 start and a P5 finish for you, so 10 points on the table. So yeah, we'll see how you do next week in Mexico then.
Yep.
And thanks for your time in the comms booth.
Thank you,
Speak soon.
Yep.
We've one last guy to interview, and I'm going to put you on the spot, Joel. Where did Kit finish in the race, Joel?
It was P11.
P8.
That's what I said.
You guys don't.
P11.
Kit, I did see you in qualifying this time, so you started P8 in the race, finished P8 on track. What was it like for you today? I mean, you did see, you did have that time penalty, but it looked like you had pace today, yeah?
No, pace was good. I mean, we kept it in the pack relatively close to the usual front. Bailey, Christian, and well, Percy and Tuna was out of this planet today, but I kept it with the usual front pack, and it was okay. Just not that much fun of a race with the rain. Obviously, you need to be like a second quicker to even consider overtaking. But yeah, I mean, it was I don't know. I'd rather have done Bahrain other than this track. Let's just say that it was even with the bump and all.
Yeah, well, you can blame those annoying admins for swapping it out. I think it was
I'm
a
putting
massive
it out
ban for
there.
Tuna.
I'm putting it out there that I had no vote in the tracks, by the way.
Yeah, same.
Just
I'll,
for the
Yeah,
record.
no,
I'm
it's
on your
just
side, bro.
we need to really talk about this tuner dominance. I mean,
Yeah.
on track and off track, it's just getting ridiculous. Who does he
Yeah.
think he
You
is?
just ran him in.
Yeah. No, I mean, at least it was like hectic race maybe from the commentary point of view, at least the first couple of laps. But when it settled down, it's more or less trying to like cool down your tires, and the VSC definitely didn't help me, Ben, and someone else someone else who was in front of us. But yeah, I mean, next track is Mexico. Hopefully, it's fucking dry. Oops, sorry for swearing.
It's okay. You're a driver. You're allowed to swear in stream.
Am I not gonna get fined?
No, I mean you're allowed a few swear words. Don't overdo it. Like
You'll get community service.
Graphic design for another 2 years.
Yeah, what could be worse?
Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys didn't have it too much, like too boring of a race in the commentary.
Oh no, we made it an exciting race. We that's our job. We made it. We brought the color today. Every moment
Every
is
moment.
high octane commentary. I do want to say, I'm looking at the constructors after last week's standings. You were P2, Ferrari P2. This week, Persigilli P2, you P8. That's all right. That's all right. You get 22 points for the constructors, so it looks like you're probably going to hold on to P2. You guys are actually looking like a pretty strong team. So, is that something you're focusing on with Persigilli, or are you just trying to bring out as many points per race as possible?
We usually take it race by race, but obviously, compared to previous seasons, we share a lot more info between each other in terms of the setups, the strategy. Because previous seasons we haven't been teammates exactly, but yeah, but definitely good chemistry, and I don't think any of us has mentioned constructor once apart from like when we finished last race. But other than that, yeah, we just take it race by race, and hopefully bring home some good points. I mean, usually Percy is up there in P5 anyways, P5 upwards, and I just have to hold my own in the lower mid pack and gain some positions where positions are usually lost. We got 2 punctures in the final lap that gained me 2 positions, so just have to keep doing that, gain on other people's mistake.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Ferrari guys do, you and your teammate, this season for the rest of the races, but we will see you back in Mexico. Thanks for joining us in the commentator's booth. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys have a good one. Peace.
Okay, Joel, we have one last thing to do, and that's pick a driver of the day. Have you got any nominees?
No. Sorry, I mean, yes, Tuna.
Oh, God. Who won the race, Tuna? Okay.
No,
Tuna
he got fastest lap and pole. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay, we'll put him in. Who else we got? I think Christian, that finish, for him to come out on top. He did start P2 and P3, but yeah, that finish was something else. We need one more driver though. Justin did go from P10 to P6. quite impressive in those conditions. Also Kit and P8 worth a mention. Will we go with Justin maybe?
Sure.
Okay, so Justin, Christian, Tuna are our driver of the day nominees. We will get the drivers to vote on that and announce that during the week. But that's it. That's a wrap, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Make sure you join us tomorrow for Tier 2. And next week for Tier 1 again, which is at a different track. Mexico, because I was listening to Chief. There you go.
Mhm.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.